Welcome to Snowy Owl Knits. I'm Amy, and I just want to give a big welcome out there to all of you that have decided to join with me today. I have created for you a beginner's knit series. This is meant specifically for those of you that perhaps haven't even picked up any knitting supplies. You don't have your knitting needles, any yarn, anything of that sort. I just want to tell you a little bit about how I came into knitting in earnest. And that happened when a couple of my sons were pretty young and they were reading this series of books by Robert Jordan called it's the Wheel of Time series. And I got to reading it too. And in the book, I was really intrigued by a certain character named Cadsuane. She is, in this series, a very powerful woman who could literally destroy the world, and yet she's always knitting and creating something. And folks, you know that in your life, sometimes you need a way to relax and unwind and just kind of let your worries go away, and you feel that creative urge. And that happened with me in reading this series. You know, I had watched my mother knit and my grandmother's, but I didn't want to pick it up until I was much older. And I had been working with paracord, I'd been doing some woodworking and some other kind of craft things, but this was the one elusive thing that I, for some reason, thought, man, not for me. But then it kind of hit me that day during the book when this world in the series was falling to pieces, and Cadsuane was just knitting away calmly, not a care in the world. And I happened to have a little bit of money in my pocket. And let me tell you, friends, as a knitter, that can be a really dangerous thing. I hopped in my car and I drove the 30 minutes that it took to get to the big box store that caters to crafters. And I went in and just went up and down the aisles, filling up my cart with knickknacks and doodads, anything like it. If it looked like it had to do with knitting, I picked it up. I'm talking needles with caps on them, needles without caps, needles with two pointed ends, needles with cords in between them, all kinds of little counters and measurers and clips and pins, and you name it, I picked it up. I had to have it. And then I got to the yarn aisle. Wow, let me tell you what, that's where just everything went downhill from there. I ended up leaving the store with a cart and a half full of yarn that I had no idea what to do with. And I just remember thinking as I was going through the aisle, oh my gosh, all these colors, all this possibility. I just have to learn how to do it. I can do that. I can do anything. And so I got home and I hopped on YouTube and I just started going down the trails. And before long, you know, I was knitting up little squares of things like these, just to try stitches out. And I would come across, let's say a certain stitch that I had never heard of before, and I'd have to go look that up, and then I'd become fascinated with it and have to use it somehow. And so I, as a knitter and a person who wants to see other people feel their creativity and enjoy what they're doing and not break the bank, I've created this series for you. I have decided to break it down into, you know, what kind of needles are available, what you might do best with as a beginner. And then I talk about yarns and choosing yarns and, you know, which weight of yarn that you might want to go with as a beginner. And in addition to those segments, I have included very beginner instruction done slowly and carefully with just how to cast stitches onto your needle, how to do the basic knit stitch and purl stitch, and then how to bind things off. And you can refer to them as often as you like. And in the comments below, you'll find links to other videos that I have and patterns, some free and some for purchase. And you can experiment with your own style. I would love to have your comments and know what you're thinking, what you're wishing you could learn, something you would like to see demonstrated more slowly or in a different way. And I promise to read everything that comes in. And I don't know how long it takes me to respond to everything, but I will do my best to do that for you, because I think that's what it's all about out here as a knitter, is the community of people that I have found along the way. You know, the folks at the knitting store, some of my online knitting groups, really great people who have really inspired me, and I want to do the same for you. So if you wish to, please subscribe to my channel, and you'll automatically be entered in monthly giveaways for supplies of all sorts and some handmade items. And add your comments. And if you like the videos, please hit that like button. It'll help me a lot. Have fun knitting, friends. Enjoy the videos, and I'll see you back here next time at Snowy Owl Knits.